Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Love Laura. I am Laura, your resident love and life coach for this evening, and we are back with our sixth episode. I can't believe it. We're already more than halfway, but I am so excited for today because today is my birthday special. Yay! And on my birthday, there is only one person that I could possibly want to share this episode with. He is someone who has been there for nearly every single one of my birthdays so far. And keeping the topic of love alive today, he is also one of the only men that I can count on to love me forever. So everyone, please welcome my brother, Edward Barber.
Hey, everybody! Can I just say, starting off, I'm not getting paid for this. So for the love lang talaga to. I have a bad habit of not preparing for Laura's birthdays. So, my birthday.
I guess this is my present.
It's your present.
Okay, so I basically live with him. I'm just in the next unit.
No, she's in the corner.
So I see you every day.
Sorry.
Sadly, indeed. But for everyone else who is watching, can you share something that has been keeping you busy this time that we've been in lockdown,
right,
and one positive thing that you gained from the whole experience?
Okay. Well, one of the happiest things that I've experienced since being in quarantine is actually not something about me. It's actually seeing mom.
Oh.
Because our mother has found a really big passion in baking.
Yeah.
Everything from ensaymada to pandesal to sourdough to cookies, and we've been sending it to some of our friends and they've really liked it, and just seeing that excitement for her to bake all the time is something that really makes me happy. Even though I wake up in the morning and there are like different loaves of bread and batches of cookies, and I can't eat it, and I don't even have my breakfast prepared. But
the breakfast goes to other people.
Something that's been keeping me busy has been mix a bunch of stuff for ABS, and of course we all know what's been happening with ABS-CBN, and it's been a tough time for the family that has been created within ABS. But as we all know, Laban ka pamilya.
Yeah.
Always, we're one family, one network, one voice. Pero yun, let's not get too deep. I've been doing a bunch of stuff for work, and even though it's quarantine, I've had. Well, you know this. It's weird. I'm telling you guys for the sake of conversation. I'm not telling her because she already knows. But I've been doing a bunch of stuff. The first 2 weeks, I was already getting so bored and kind of going crazy because of not going out, and I'm not used to not going out. So when I had like work, and it became like every week I would have, on these certain days I'd have work, it became a big comfort for me. So
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
As if I don't know.
As if you don't know, right?
Okay, so you've seen the show. Edward's been super supportive from the first episode. He was there to cheer me on. And I mean, the way that the show has grown since the first episode has been really great. But
proud kuya.
Kuya. He's younger, by the way, for those who don't know.
I'm 20.
I just turned 23 yesterday. I'm so old, feeling old. But anyway, so you've seen the show. You know how it normally works. Normally we have a letter and we base the topic of the show on that letter. But today we're going to change it up a bit because you're special and I love you. So we're going to, this episode, we're going to base it on popular questions. And the first topic of today, because I love you so much, is based on the popular question of how do we show love to each other and to our family. So I have a couple of stories for this. I'm sure you have a few in your pocket as well. But I'll start. And one of the stories that I really love.
Oh, wait, before you start, can I just say to everyone watching live at the moment, Laura and I talked about this topic, but I don't know like the question she's gonna ask. I don't know the story she's gonna tell. She doesn't know.
I don't know what he's gonna say.
I'm not gonna. So I hope this is all okay. I haven't vetted anything that she's gonna say. Go ahead.
Anyway, write your comments as well, you guys. I forgot to mention, and do the heart button so that we can see you guys. But anyway, I'll start with a really hilarious story, which is one of my favorite stories about him, because it shows that even from a young age, he was such a sweetheart. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But
I was a brat a lot of the time, honestly, specifically to my sister. But
oh yeah, I was
but
like your biggest
you're
victim.
supposed to say no.
Sorry.
I'm your guest. You're supposed to be nice. No, go ahead. What was your story?
So the first story that I have, which really shows how much Edward secretly loves me, is I can't remember how old we were. I think we were. Oh, it was one
Well,
time we
how
were
old were
really
you?
small. I was probably like 7. You must have been 4 or something. We
4,
must have
yeah.
been tiny. But we were at the airport, and you know, they have those gift shops at the airport, and they
Like
they sell everything kind of overpriced. But
You
it's
mean like the tourist?
the tourist shops, yeah. When you're at the gate for your flight, and so basically, Mom gave us like 70
Spanish
pesos
music.
each to spend. You know,
Alexa.
Which is not a
Play
lot
Spanish
in
music.
that. Store.
when you're a kid, 70 pesos is like
Oh, it's a lot.
it's
but,
so much money.
I mean, in terms of going into those tourist shops, it's not.
Right, yeah. So anyway, I think everything was cheaper back then though. Everything's more expensive nowadays, but back then it was cheaper. Anyway, it was like 70 pesos, and me, I've always been very kuripot when it comes to money.
Yeah,
like
super.
super. I'm such a saver. So me, all I did was save my 70 pesos, right? Edward goes to one of these stores and he buys himself. Do you know those mini barrel men? If you don't know what it is, Google barrel man, and it's like
Don't lift the barrel.
it's a man with a barrel, and you lift the barrel, and there's a little surprise with sound.
With effects.
There's a little surprise for you. But anyway, so Edward, as a 4-year-old, bought himself this barrel man, and he brings it to me, and I'm like, oh my god, cool! I want one. And like, he obviously spent like
All of it.
he went to the store and spent all of his money on buying me this barrel man. He comes back and he's just like, I have no more money left, but here's your barrel man. Me, I have all my money because I don't pay for anything.
Yep. And until today, guys, it's still the same. Nothing has changed.
So it just goes to show that even from a young age, he was so generous and loving, and would give up like all of his money for someone he loves.
Honestly, that's always like, for me, this sounds really weird, but I've never held a lot of importance towards money, and a lot of
he's
people are gonna
very
be
good
like,
at that.
"Oh no, what do you mean?" But in terms of, the people around me, like I don't see the point of saving money if you're not gonna use it, for those that you love.
Yeah.
So like, if you need something, I'm always like, go ahead, let's save up for it, let's buy it, because it makes you happy. It's something that the family needs. So that's just something I always held close to my heart. But a story from the barrel man. I actually managed to meet the MVP of a recent NBA season, Giannis Antetokounmpo, which was like last year, it was actually over a year ago already. And when I met him, I got to interview him. And guys, this is a Greek guy that's playing in the NBA in the US. He's an amazing star. I got to meet him just by chance. I was so blessed. And everyone, I bought a barrel man for him. And everyone's like, don't do it. Don't give it to him. He's going to get offended.
No, it's like the best gift ever.
And then afterwards, I give him the barrel man. And if I had my phone, I'd show you guys the picture. But he was laughing. He was showing his manager with the surprise. He was like, hey, look at it. Look at it. But you had, wait, is that the only story you have?
I mean, there's another story that Mom loves. It's this. I didn't know this story, but she was just telling me the other day, when you were in school, you used to give out all of your money to your classmates. Like,
no, I didn't do that. I bought Pokemon cards from a guy.
Oh, well, Mom said you gave the money to your classmates, and the teacher had to collect it and give it back to me.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I was too young. But I have learned the importance of money over the years, guys. Please don't come to me and ask for utang. It's quarantine. We're all struggling. Please. But probably one of my favorite stories about Laura, and this is on the topic of how we show love to each other, is that there have been a lot of times where Laura and I are not really like the yung ganon. For me, I get so awkward doing that. I don't like it when she does that.
He used to?
I used to, but
now he's old.
Then I grew taller than you. And I just don't like, I feel weird. But one of the biggest things that I remember growing up was, I think I was in high school, and I am really, really bad at maths. you will never see me
I'm
doing
terrible
anything
too.
with maths.
I'm terrible.
Laura's a lot better. Laura's a lot
Still
smarter than me.
terrible.
But if Laura's terrible, I'm a
Yeah.
lot worse. Like I'm really not good. I'm not good with numbers. Um, I'm good with words. I'm not good with numbers. So growing up, I always struggled with maths in school. And I remember one time I was studying for this exam with for our teacher. No, it was an exam. It was like there was an A test and a B test. B tests were like the big ones. A tests were sort of like they happen every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's not really that important for the grade. But I was studying for it, and I just left it till like the day before to study for it. And Laura sees like all my answers are wrong. Like I go to the bathroom, she's checking my work. She's like, Edward, this is all wrong. What are you doing? And I was like, and I started crying, like, please just leave me alone. And I was like 13?
I don't remember.
13 or 14 at this time. And so she spends like 3 hours panicking, teaching me this maths. And then she's like, sleep early, it's already 10 p.m. You have to wake up at 6. So I get up in the morning, I go to school, and I had a free period, like a 45-minute free period before I had to do the exam. And she skips her class.
I did?
You did. You skipped your class, and you skipped it with like, I think your friends had free period too, and you skipped your class so you could teach me and go over it again with me in the morning on the day of the A test.
Aww.
And guys, guess what? I still failed. Actually, I think I got like, no, I got a 5.5 and a 6 is a passing grade. And
Does it round up to 6?
Mr. Boothroyd doesn't round up. He said it's a 5.5. You failed. But the main story is that she still sacrificed a lot. No, seriously. And honestly, she gave me all of her notes, and because of that, like I had my own like roller coasters, especially when I was 14. I know at 15, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think everyone knows what you mean.
Oh no, I don't think they know the age range, but I was, let's just say I was so focused on a girl that I almost failed the year. And then the year after that, I picked up on my studies, and Laura gave me all of her notes. She was always like coaching and teaching me, spending time on making sure that I was okay learning. And I became a better student after that. So she basically saved my academic. If I failed that year,
It's okay.
I wouldn't be in PBB.
I had a tutor too.
I wouldn't be in PBB if she hadn't helped me in school.
Really?
Because if I had failed that year, and I was failing 3 subjects, with grounds to fail the year.
I remember that.
Because of Laura making sure I got my grades up, I managed to pass that year, and then pass the year after that, therefore enabling me to legally go to PBB. So, props.
Well, I mean, that goes to show how protective I am of you. But Edward's a lot more protective of me. And I think you guys all know the story of when he was like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym so I can like beat up your boyfriend or whatever.
And I'm like a meter shorter than
he was like
I was
13, 14.
No, I was 13.
You must have been 13,
Yeah,
I think,
13, yeah.
because I started dating at 16.
Okay.
But anyway, so there was a time when I fell out with the guy that I was with at that time, and he, little warrior that he is, he sends a message to this guy, and he's just like, I don't remember what it was.
It was bad. It's better that you don't repeat it.
I just remember that he got so protective and actually reached out to the guy. And I was like, I don't know. Like,
kapal ng mukha. Tumadala sa bahay namin, doon nag-aaral, kumakain.
he was my tutor, okay? This is what happened.
Well, come on.
He's
if the
the
guy
only
you're dating is your tutor, is he really just your tutor? Don't
So he started out as my tutor, but then don't find yourself a tutor of the opposite gender, because you might.
The more time you spend together, it's basically like you're dating already. Like people think dating is just when you're in a relationship, but when you're spending time with a person over a lot, no. Do I? Oh, diba? Oh, see, like literally, no. When you spend a lot of time with someone, regardless if it's just
I mean,
the
not
ate
if it's
of
like
your
a professional.
friend. No, well, if it's purely about work, if you're at work and then someone's just like, okay, listen to 90%, and I did my research on this, because I had to do this for a different project before I did my research, and 90% of men that just eat lunch with a coworker end up having a fling with that coworker. Think about it. If you're in the office, you don't see your wife for the whole day, but you just have lunch, and you have lunch every day. That's dating, man. And it's not about work. You guys are talking about, man. I'm not gonna get on the topic. I speak. I have.
Yeah, this is like gone on a tangent.
Yeah, this is way out of field, but it's because I've had a lot of friends that I've had arguments with that about. Basically, when you spend a lot of time with someone, regardless, if you don't make sure what your boundaries are, you don't make sure that your boundaries are clear. It's easy for things to happen. So this dude, when he was coming to our house, I looked up to this guy. That's why
you love this guy. You love this guy.
Hurt. When you're dating someone, you're dating their family as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And I love this dude like so much. And when he did that to my sister, I got so angry just because he hurt her and myself. So I messaged him a lot of bad stuff that I had to ask for forgiveness for from God and from him. But I was 13, so it is what it is. Like, don't mess with my sister. Any guy, I'm serious.
You're sweet.
I'm serious.
Okay, so the last story that I have in my pocket is about family, and it was. Do you remember when we were kids? We would always like wake up really early. I don't know what really early was for us when we were kids, but
really early now is like 1 p.m.
We used to wake up before Mom would wake up on her birthday or on Mother's Day or something. Used to make.
And it was.
We used to make her
cake?
breakfast. I don't remember that one, but we used to make her breakfast in bed, and I remember our go-to was always like soldiers. Do you remember?
Yeah,
it was always like toast with like salami and then cut up. The thing is, we were kids, so we would. We would bring her like really hard, impossible to eat breakfast, and then she would come down, and there would be so much mess, and she'd have to clean it up. Eventually, she was like, "Please don't."
I remember we made cake for her before. And Laura and I were so proud. So it was just a normal one of those like packeted cake batters. You just add eggs and milk and literally you're done.
Oh.
The instructions are on the back. And so we made the cake, and then we were so proud because we found icing. Happy birthday, Mom.
I remember.
But we didn't put oil in the what is it called? The baking tray. So we couldn't get the cake out. So we were just eating like the not burnt top of the of the cake. It was bad, but you know, I mean, I feel like through social media, a lot of the romance of treating like with your family and your siblings.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna ask you next. So like, because we're already talking about love for our family, do you think that millennials and Gen Z people nowadays show that their love to their loved ones and to their family enough? Because I feel like with social media, a lot of the times we're just glued to our phone, and maybe it stopped us from loving the same way.
No, it's different, and I asked this question to older people, like mothers as well, and they said, well, it's just like the change of the times, you know, we evolve and we adapt, and yeah, that's true. But let me ask everyone watching right now, and I want you to be honest with yourselves. When was the last time you went to your mom and you said, I love you? Nandy text.
Yesterday.
No, yeah, I know with you because it was your birthday yesterday, and she said, I love you, anak. And you said, I love you too, Mom. But I mean, like, out of nowhere, Nandy text. When was the last time you talked to them and you said, hey, I love you? It's such a big, you know, people, when it's their birthday now, people expect you to post about them.
Yeah.
Is that the most romantic thing you can do? And if someone doesn't post, oh, you're not friends. Oh, you're not close. Oh, you don't mean a lot to them. Come on. Just because it's not seen on social media in the virtual world, do you think that that person didn't greet me happy birthday, or I didn't greet my sister happy birthday, or my best friend? Then I called them up, or I messaged them, or I made a video saying, you know, like, greeting them. I mean, it's just because it isn't seen for everyone there doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I mean, the way I look at it is I always think about Grandpa and how like I don't expect him to do anything on social media. He doesn't expect me to do anything on social media. It's just a very organic relationship in that way.
Yeah.
And like he calls me and I know that he loves me, and I just feel like maybe that's the way that we should go about it when it comes to other people. It doesn't have to be so public all the time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The word public. I mean, if you're in a relationship, okay lang sabihin sa lahat. If you broke up, goodness me, don't tell the world. Like, why do you need okay, I get that social media is a place where you can express, but there are some things that you don't need to express. to the
But it was
world.
worse when Facebook and stuff like just came out. I remember when we were younger, everyone was
I
like,
was bad on Facebook.
you know, just like sitting on the toilet. You know?
I remember like
tweet. Oh no, Facebook. Like what do you call
like
it?
I was
Status.
status update. It's like ran out of toilet paper, running to the store.
It was terrible.
I was really bad because I remember on social media when it first came out, like Facebook, and I just got my account. I would message everyone, all of my friends.
Yeah. When
hey,
you look
hi.
back at like 2011,
Yo.
you know.
Like, oh my gosh, there's a reason I don't have that Facebook account anymore. Like I don't think I deleted it. I just forgot the password. But I think social media has changed the way that we love.
Oh yeah.
That we show love, that we interact when we're faced with love. My goodness.
So since we're on the topic of social media and like online communication, what do you personally think about dating apps? Because I know that this is a common like. I mean, I haven't used one here, but I have tried it because you know curiosity kills the cat. So I have been on dating apps before, but never here. But I know that I have friends who have been on Bumble here, and I don't know if they have Tinder here. I don't know what the main dating apps here are, but I know people use Bumble.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't explain. I don't need to.
It's just a dating app. Like, what do you think about it?
For me, dating apps are. Okay, let me tell you a story. I was watching a YouTube video from my favorite YouTuber, PewDiePie, and he reacted to this video of a girl. It's like girl dates 20 guys, and they're basically, it's a single girl. She's in a room with 20 guys.
I've seen.
They can't speak to each other, but they can message. They're all in like a group chat, and then the girl asks questions based on her standards, and one by one, like you know, she eliminates the guys that that she doesn't like. So at the end of the video, she says like, I have standards, I have things that I love, I don't want to bend them. I'm like, yeah, you
go, like
you go, girl, like. And then during the video, but this is after she explains this after. But as you're watching the video, she's like, I want this type of sex life. I want a guy to be at least 6 foot tall. Or like 5'11". He has to be taller than me, even if when I'm wearing heels.
He has to be older than me.
No, he has to be older than me. If he's a month younger than me, I think of my brother. I can't date him. So yung mga standards niya, super superficial.
Yeah.
And that's what I hate about dating apps. I've never used a dating app. I've never. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I was like 13, me and my best friend, we got on a dating app just to troll other people.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
But never purposely used a dating app for the point of dating because it's so. You base people on their caption, their name,
their face,
their profile picture, and the pictures that they post.
No, dude. Like so, when I went to university, I downloaded Tinder because I thought that Tinder was.
I don't want to know, man.
No, I thought that.
I
thought it was for making friends. I legit thought it was for making friends, and I thought, oh, this is cool. This is like, I didn't know that. Know that. So I make this profile on Tinder, and I'm just like, hi, and everyone's just like, as one does when you want to hook up with someone, right? And I'm like, no, like I'm just using this to meet people, and like,
That's what they all say.
No, but I was dead serious.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
know, but that's what they think.
And then I can't remember, we had this thing. Oh, we had this other platform at uni. I forget what it was called, but it was like Twitter, but for university. And then it's called Yik Yak.
Okay.
And then it was like you posted your status. And then it was like, oh, I just got friend zoned on Tinder. I was like, that was me.
Well,
I friend zoned everyone on Tinder.
For me, I mean, hookups for me are just stupid. And quarantine flings, stupid.
What's a quarantine?
Quarantine fling. Like, okay, the amount of people at the moment, and there's so many people. I know. My own friend. I'll tell you. You know him. He recently, earlier in the quarantine, he was a victim of this. And I've said this on Mix before. I've said this in Mix Daily Top 10. Like, the people who are just messaging because they're bored.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of
and that's a toxic part of social media, and I can talk for hours about that. But dating apps in general, 99% of people aren't on dating apps for what dating apps are really for. They're either to hook up or because they're bored or anything like that. If you're a person really looking for love and you're on a dating app, God bless you. I'll pray for you. But there are better avenues, and there's better ways that your energy can go to church. Meet someone in church or or go to like join a football team and meet someone in the football team. I don't know.
It's harder now, though.
It's harder now because we're in quarantine.
No, not just that. Like, think about how it was when grandma and grandpa dated or something. They would meet at dances. You know, today everyone's just at the club, and you're never gonna meet the love of your life at a club, are you?
Well, there are different avenues. It's just if you guys think that you can't meet someone
That's true.
in your circles, then you have to look at what circles you're looking for love in. If you're looking in the bar, in the club, at the convenience store, I don't know.
Hey, I mean, there are love stories from that's a very innocent place to meet someone.
Wait, the convenience store or the club?
The convenience store. If you're just buying tomatoes or something.
Okay, fine. But like, I mean, like, in places where love is not the main goal, come on, guys. People are like, man, I'm never gonna get a good boyfriend that's loyal. But are you getting a boyfriend who parties a lot?
The thing
who does
is,
drugs and
you don't need to spend your life looking for this person as well. Like, you don't need to make your goal to find this person. Like me at the moment, honestly, I'm not looking. And should the person happen to enter my life, then hopefully it will become very obvious. But
I mean, for me personally, I noticed, and this is what I'm trying to do in myself as well. Too many people are looking for the right person for them. No one or very few people are bothering on being the right person for that.
I think that's so important. That's the key thing that I realized about a year and a half ago, because that's when I really like shifted. I think it was the day after Valentine's Day last year.
I
like
remember.
He was part of that. But so this is a great segue onto the next topic, because what happened was I had just gone on a date with a guy, and this was the last guy that I dated. This was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And this was in England, and it just didn't end very well at all, and I ended up feeling really, really like...
Laura, I know.
They don't know. You know, they don't know. So I just ended up feeling like really unworthy and self-conscious and just really bad about myself. And I called him, and he was like, why do you allow somebody else to control how you feel about yourself? And I was like, yeah, why? And that's when it shifted for me. And from then on, I just like worked on being the person that I wanted to be, and I haven't dated anyone since. Okay. But I've really fallen in love with just being with myself. So I think that's how you know that you're ready for the right person when that person comes. So yeah, but anyways, as you've seen, Edward has given me like amazing advice in the past and got me through some really difficult stages of my life. You're part of the reason why I have higher standards now, but a lot of the messages that we've gotten, a lot of the emails that we've received through the Love Laura email have been about women who don't know what they're worth and don't know how to keep their standards high and get the treatment that they deserve. So what advice would you give them to allow them to start loving themselves enough and setting their standards higher when looking for a man or when allowing a man into their lives?
This is actually something that my pastor taught all of us who are in shout out favorite church. But basically, and this is a really big thing, that if you guys, like, I could give a bunch of advice and another guest could come on here and give a lot of more advice, but the question is for you guys then, what do I do now? So I'm gonna give you something that I'm trying to do as well, that I've gotten from I've asked married people about this and they said they did this. Basically, get a piece of paper, write down everything you want in a guy. Everything. Literally everything. I want him to have abs. I want him to speak Spanish. I want him to write down.
Why are you describing my guy?
Sorry. Because I'm a guy. I'm not into guys personally, so I'm just saying it from a woman's perspective. Whatever it may be, like I want this girl to be able to do finances. I want her be specific and write down. You guys can have like 40 plus points. It's fine. Write that and then write down dream guy, dream girl. On the other side, make another column. Put your name right there and see how many of those things you can do.
I'm gonna do that.
Like,
I've never done it.
And be honest with yourself. Can you speak Spanish? Well, I know.
I can speak Spanish.
I know hola. I know. No, you don't know Spanish. So like, on those things, like if you want someone who has an amazing body,
go to the gym.
Go to the gym. You know, you have to be worthy, like for them as they are worthy of having you in your heart.
Right.
So
and
like,
there's nothing wrong with I mean, yeah, it sounds superficial, but there is nothing wrong with wanting your partner to have a great body. I mean, having a great body is healthy. Like, I personally would want my partner to be healthy. Um,
But it's not the everything.
it's not everything, but there's nothing wrong with it. Just make sure that you are not asking for more than you can give.
Yeah. Not just that. It's just like if that's the only thing you want. Looks fade, man. So
Yeah.
don't even. But like honestly, right? Look at that list and work on being. For like you always see, and a lot of my guy friends we've talked about this. Like I have a friend. He's not in the industry, but he is a great guy. He has a good heart. He is confident. He's good looking. And this is a guy that many women want. Like I'll tell you later. Many women want this guy. He's strong with his faith. He's a leader. He's strong. He's one of a close friend. And a lot of women have said like, hey, can we hang out? Can we start dating? And right then and there, he's like, I'm sorry, no. He's straight up front, now. Like, yeah. Wait, who is it?
I don't know.
Okay. So anyway, this guy's going straight up and it's
is
like,
he single?
I'm sorry. You're not dating this dude, please.
No. I just want to know if it's...
No, he is single.
Okay, that's not the person I thought.
He's not, no. That's not him. Anyway, so my point is that he says straight then and there, I'm sorry, you're not the woman that I'm looking for. And that's really painful, don't get me wrong.
Ouch.
But I respect this guy because he knows what woman he wants. He knows between him and God, they've discussed it. No! You don't know this guy. I don't think you know him. Anyway, so he knows his standards and he has his standards. And you guys, my advice to all of you is just never settle. If you get a guy that has 2 out of those 40 points, but at least 2, what's the point? Don't settle for something less than you deserve.
I have a friend and she made that list and she waited a long time.
She fasted for it.
Yeah, she fasted for it. She waited. And she thought, I'm never going to get this list. Maybe I'm being too picky.
And
maybe
this girl had a history too.
Are you talking about the same girl?
Huh? Oh, never mind.
So she's one of my friends and she just had this massive list of more than 40 points. And she was like, oh, Lord, I'm never going to find a man like this. Like, am I being too picky? Am I being too choosy? And she just waited. She waited. And just at the beginning of quarantine, quarantine is not the time that most people are finding their loves. But this guy came into her life somehow and he ticked off every single box. So don't settle.
Don't settle. And dare I even say, I don't want to make it too spiritual, guys, but pray for it. I mean, people are like, oh, we don't need prayer. Prayer is just prayer.
Well, this is actually perfect because we're going to start off the next segment, which is, I don't know if you guys know 20Q. It was this little robot toy that we used to have when we were kids. And it would ask you questions and by the end of it, it would try and figure out what you were talking about. But anyway, we're going to do something similar and we're going to do question and answers from you guys. Yesterday on Instagram, I posted that he was coming on the show and allowed you to ask questions for today. So I've made a list of some of the questions now, and the first question is actually perfect for what we were talking about. It is, are you guys praying for your future husband/wife? And yeah, I am. I'm even praying that my babies will be cute, like you. Everything you want in life, go pray.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with praying. I mean, contrary to popular belief, all prayers get answered. Every single prayer gets answered. If you pray to God about something, he answers them.
He just might say no.
He just says it's either a yes, a no, or a not yet. So.
But what if I don't get cute babies? Well, I don't want him to say no. Please, Lord, give me cute babies.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna think your baby's gorgeous, Laura, especially if you marry the right guy that God wants for you. But I'm praying for my future wife. I'm praying. Like, I don't want a lot of relationships in my life ever. I do not want. So I always pray, like, the next woman that I give my heart to is the last one. So I don't want anyone, I don't want anything else. I've seen too many of my friends. I've seen my own sister get hurt too many times. I don't see the point in getting into a relationship if you don't want that person to be the end goal. So you have to be careful about that.
Okay, so the next question is, what is the best quality in a partner?
I don't know. I don't know. This is sort of a cliche question, but it is a question that everyone really needs to ask. For me, it's an automatic deal breaker if you don't have a relationship with God. And that a lot of people, I'm not saying that, oh, you don't believe in God. No, but if you don't have a relationship with God, then you don't have the same values that I do. You don't prioritize the same things that I do. You don't think and live the same way that I do. And I don't really want someone who doesn't do that. So that's a deal breaker for me if you don't love God.
For me, because of my past experiences, for me, one of the most important things in a partner is someone who is persistent, someone who
pursues you,
because I feel like in my past experiences, I was always the chaser, and I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, like the girl is the one who's supposed to be chased, right?
Actually,
like, I don't know.
For Laura, I realized there's so many guys that I think have said, I think Laura's kind of cute, blah blah blah.
Kinda.
Well, like they're talking to the brother, so they wouldn't be like, oh, she's hot. No. But I look at so many guys and I'm like, yeah, my sister would bite your head off. These guys are too weak for my sister. My sister in the relationship with you would be the man of the relationship. So like I know that the guy who finally gets my sister's heart will have to be stronger, a better leader than my sister. So then of course, oh yeah, it's hot.
It's hot. I'm just gonna turn the aircon on. It's like boiling. Yeah. So anyway, what I was saying was like I just like in my past experiences, it's always been me running after a guy or me accepting, like forgiving the guy over and over again. And I want someone who's gonna, give me everything that I deserve and be persistent with it, not just one time, but over and over again. So yeah.
And the pursuit doesn't end at marriage.
No, the pursuit is forever.
It's forever. You're always gonna be the dude having to chase the girl, which is fine.
Yeah.
Can we skip some of these?
Yeah. So there are a lot of questions. Which one do you want next, buddy? Go for it. This one's pretty cool.
What would you do if one day Laura introduces a guy who's courting her and you don't like him? I'm gonna tell it straight away. I'm gonna tell her straight away. I don't like this dude, and you can tell a lot by a single conversation.
Yeah, you can.
Even if the guy's putting his best foot forward, he's showing his credentials. Oh, I studied in Harvard. I have a car. I have a 401k. Was it 401k? Was it?
What is that?
Some like insurance something. Blah blah. I think I don't even know. This is so bad. I don't know that. But like he could be showing off, but depending on what he says, how he says it, you can tell. Oh, he's prideful. Oh, he's not strong enough. Oh, he's like that. And me as the brother, it is literally my responsibility to protect my sister. No, don't romanticize that. It's every guy. If you have a sister, it's your job to take. I don't care if you're 10 years younger. You take care of your sister. So I'll tell. Like first of all, I'm gonna be hard on the guy. If I'm stronger than the dude,
we have a problem.
We have a problem because I'm not gonna be marrying my sister, or I'm not gonna be dating my sister. That dude is. So, like, I just want someone who's. If I have respect for that dude, I automatically have respect. But if I have respect as a man, then okay, fine, I'll trust you. But if I don't trust you to protect and take care of my sister, then I'm gonna make it clear to Laura, and that's it.
No, thanks.
Well, you don't have a choice.
The thing is, like, I also would really, really struggle to. I don't think I could do it to be with a guy who my family doesn't approve of. Like, I really think that when it comes to choosing your life partner, you guys like really listen to your family because it's so easy to be blinded.
Second biggest decision in your life.
Yeah, and if you have any doubt at all, don't.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be an easy decision. It's supposed to be like. You know it. Yeah. You know that it's the right person, and your family would know it too. Mm-hmm. Okay, next question.
Cherry pick.
Okay, if you were to switch roles / lives for a day, what would you do to pay back each other?
To get paid back.
Yeah.
For? I don't have anything to get back at you for.
Yeah, I know. I don't really have it. Okay, what would you do if you were me for a day?
I text your ex-boyfriend and just
I was
break
gonna
his
say,
heart.
like,
I'd block him on all like platforms.
see, but you
Actually,
changed
no.
your mind about him recently.
Yeah, I know, but like for the sake of a joke, I probably. What would I do?
You know what? If I were you for a day, I would go to all the places that only boys can go. Like I would go to the boys' bathroom. I'd go to the boys' changing room.
If a guy says he's gonna do that, that's like, uy, manyak.
If it's
He's
me,
like,
I'm like,
I'm gonna go to the girls' changing room, hang out with your girl. No, I
you
mean,
only get to do it once.
yeah, but I feel weird. I don't want to. Okay.
That would be me.
For me, what would I want to do? I would. Dang, I don't know.
I'd probably check myself out in the mirror.
Well, of course, automatic. Anyone who says that they would.
Actually, no, because
Well,
I don't want to see you.
Yeah, if I saw it was your body. No.
No.
Can we just change the question? If I was a woman,
Yeah.
Day? Okay, if I was a woman for the day, I'd say, yeah, of course. Come on, guys, don't lie to yourselves. We're in the Philippines. Come on.
Okay, next question. This one. Who always farts?
I don't know, but Laura always burps.
No,
You did it literally just like an hour ago.
I always fart. I think that would be me. That would definitely be me.
I don't fart in front of people.
You used to.
Yeah, but I gain self-respect and respect for others.
Okay, how often do you look at your phone every day?
Oh, from the morning I wake, from the moment I wake.
He's
up.
terrible.
I'm
It's
bad.
raining. He's terrible when it comes to like looking at your phone. I really try not to look at my phone as much as I can, but you know, if you're just stuck at home, it's like even if you're not on your phone, you have two options. You watch TV or you read a book. And sometimes you just watch TV.
No, wait. When I look at my phone, it's not just social media. And
It's work.
I think that has to be really clear. I spend a lot of my time looking at a screen. For example, I'm researching a guest. When you're writing questions, like for example, if I have an interview, I'm gonna be the one writing questions. It's Laura, and I don't know Laura. I'm gonna look at her Instagram. I'm gonna watch past interviews, her music video if she's a singer, everything. Like you look into everything.
Right.
And I spend sometimes like 2.5 hours researching on a guest. So that's already a lot of time. And if I have messages coming in from my handler, you know, I'm not just scrolling on TikTok the whole day.
Or playing Mobile Legends.
Or Mobile Legends though, I do play a lot. Hey, stop. Hey, stop. I'm good at the game. If you guys want to play, my name is Blessed on mobile.
It is? Just Blessed? There's no numbers?
Well, there's an ID, but my name is Blessed.
Oh.
I changed that because I used to trash talk a lot, and now when I see my IGN or my gamer tag, that's Blessed. I remember, hey, I'm Blessed, and I shouldn't get angry at other people for being op.
Okay, there's one question here which is really cool. Given the choice of anyone in the world whom you would want as a dinner, who would you want as a dinner guest? I love this question.
You go first.
You know what, you guys? Oh. You know, this is a big decision. I was gonna like let it rip, but yeah, I've always said I want to take Michelle Obama. No, Michelle Obama will take me to dinner.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, my choice is Michelle Obama. I just think she would be so cool.
Dinner guest, like just a one-on-one dinner.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted like. Dang, I don't know.
You know
It
what?
would have to be someone who's dead. I feel like, for me personally, I just want someone who's dead. Like someone I had no chance of talking to now.
Well, then maybe I would pick Stephen Hawking.
Boring.
Okay, fine, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama's fine. I wanted to think of a different answer, but I just think I want to talk to, like, John the Baptist. I don't know. That's just like a weird thing, but I don't know. I want to talk to, or someone from the Bible who's literally there, who met God.
To be fair, that's a good one.
I wouldn't want to meet, like some people would say I want to have, like, I have dinner with Jesus, but like I'm scared of what he would say to me. Like, oh man, I'm sorry.
If you're going to meet Jesus, meet him when you're at the end.
Yeah.
Because like
I want to talk to someone about Jesus, like this Apostle Paul or something like that. I want to have dinner with him and see how he lives. You know, I don't know. Just that. That's
okay.
my answer. Yeah.
Okay, let's pick. You can pick the next question.
Okay. The heck is this? Who's your favorite Indian? Why?
I think we know who asked that.
Yeah.
Okay, just for the sake of it, an annoying said Indian.
Yeah.
My favorite Indian is Rahil.
Oh, okay.
Rahil Merchandani from Well, from uni. He's like my best friend.
My favorite Indian is my brother, my co-leader in my Connect group.
And the asker of this question.
And the guy who asked this question. Pranav
Sadwani.
Boyfriend of Trish.
We love P.
I love you, P. He's in the chat right now. What's up, P?
Hey, P.
Shout out to Pranav.
Okay. This one just for.
Nice. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. Don't do that.
Okay, not that one.
The question was the fondest memories with your grandparents, but I don't like it. I always get emotional.
Oh, how about this one? Because I have experience with this question, unfortunately.
It's such a social media Gen Z question. I get.
Yeah, but you know what?
Irritated by these type of questions.
People need this.
Okay, fine.
What advice can you give if you are ghosted? Okay. Anyway, I've been ghosted before. It was. Oh, I went on this date with this guy. He was so boring. I couldn't believe that he was the one to ghost me and not the other. Like, I've never ghosted anyone, okay? I'm not horrible. But huh?
Rodrigo. Okay, wait. Can I just say Rodrigo was this dude who was shorter than me when I was like 16. No, not even 16.
Okay. You don't need to be horrible.
He was 15.
He was like from our old school, but he has nothing to do with the topic, okay?
He was like 19, 20 years old. I was 15 and I was taller than him.
He was like 18.
20.
Whatever. Anyway, he's not part of the story, okay? This is just a random dude. Anyway, this guy who I will not name drop, I went on a date with him and he was like squeezing blood from a stone.
Like, you mean sucking water from a stone? Isn't that the...
No, like, when you try and squeeze a stone so hard and you try to get blood from it and like it doesn't come out because they're just so boring. So that was like the first date, but he was so cute, so I went out with him again. And eventually he was just really weird about it. He saw my Instagram and he was just like, I'm just not good enough for you. Anyway, one day he just disappeared. And I cried.
Okay, ghosting. Let me just say ghosting. If you're a guy and you're ghosting, are you really a man?
No.
No. I have to pose a question because if you're about to go on a date and you've made your intentions clear to a woman and then you ghost her, are you really a man, or you're a coward? And I've never been in this situation because I've never let myself be in this situation. So,
to ghost or to be ghosted?
Well, getting ghosted is something that's not in your control.
Yeah.
Like, that's just something that happens. But if you're, like, I want to challenge all the men out there who are ghosting, because it's such a thing that you hear. I've seen the questions when Laura's, like, preparing for an episode, how many times this comes up. Like...
Especially here, I feel
especially in the Philippines.
I mean, I got ghosted in England, and, like, I feel like here it's very, very common.
It's a lot worse.
I mean, if you're a ghoster and you're watching this, or if you've ever ghosted a girl or even ghosted a guy, like, I've never done it because I think it's horrible, but just look at yourself in the mirror, it's not nice. And if you have been ghosted, oh, sorry, I forgot the question was advice, but if you've been ghosted, well, I mean, what happened to me is that I Googled it. I mean,
wow, nice, okay.
When I needed advice on what to do when I was ghosted, I Googled it. And, pardon? Last two questions. Anyway, so I was ghosted and I just know that this person is not worthy because anyone who ghosts is not someone that you want to give your effort to anyway.
Yeah. It's okay to cry though. Like, it's okay to be upset.
It's because your pride is hurt, your ego is hurt. Maybe you really like the guy, whatever. But it took me like a few days to get over it. It really, like, when you realize that you are worth so much more, you are a gem, and this person just didn't even have the, excuse my French, but he didn't have the balls to show up or to even say that, look, this isn't working for me. Like, if he comes up and he says, like, I'm so sorry, but I just don't think this is going anywhere, fine. Kudos to him. Good job and well done for owning up to it. But if not, then he's just really not worth it. So.
And honestly, I'm gonna, and I've had talks with my female ates and my friends about this, where they've been going, where they were crying to me about this. I've had friends like really upset about this happening to them, specifically girls. And you have to, I'm not saying this is everyone. Please do not misinterpret what I'm saying right now. But you always have to be aware, for both guys and girls, what signal you're sending out to the world.
Yeah.
Because if you're sending out like help, I need love,
This was
someone
me.
give me a hug, someone love me, someone tell me that
Yeah,
you love
I
me.
used to be like that.
Then any guy, especially a guy that's manipulative or is gonna take you for granted, he's not gonna,
Yep.
respect you as a woman. He's just gonna come along, do whatever he does to make himself happy and to satisfy himself. And when he's bored, he's just gonna throw you away and ghost you.
Right. So
Um,
before you even go out into the dating world, before you even present yourself as open to it, make sure that you are secure enough in yourself. Make sure that you are secure enough in your relationship with God, like whatever helps you to make sure that you won't get affected if something like that happens.
Yeah.
Because like
It
you
sucks.
you
It
you
hurts.
know that. Yeah, but if you know that you are secure and you don't need a man to love you, you don't need someone else to make you feel that you are enough, then that person isn't
Oh
going
yeah,
to affect you.
that's important. I challenge everyone before you get into a relationship. You're always whole. People are saying like, oh, she makes me whole. That doesn't work. If you're
Yeah,
saying that, oh, she makes me whole or he makes me whole, that's
there's
scary.
something
That's
wrong. Yeah,
dangerous because that means that's just a line people say in movies.
yeah. The thing is, you are my other half. No,
No,
you are
no, no.
whole.
You're already whole.
You are two wholes that work together.
Because if you are a half, you're gonna need something from that person to make yourself whole. So say that I have someone in my life, I'm gonna need them to support me, to speak to me all the time. I'm gonna need them to do this. Therefore, it makes me whole. That means I'm taking something from them. Which if I take some half of you, are you whole? No, you're half. So lugi tayong dalawa. It's just gonna become a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
So you guys are already enough. You don't have to worry about being whole or finding someone else. But just remember that you're already good enough.
Right.
Like and I'm preaching this after, like, it's so easy to say this from someone like who's not in your situation, whatever you guys might be going through right now. But we're all human. We've all loved before, or in the process and state of loving, and hoping for love in the future. So everyone can have a say on this. It's not like hindi porket heartbroken ka, hindi ako heartbroken, that I can't relate to what you're saying.
No, we've all been there.
We've all been there. So, just make sure that you're grounded in your relationship. For me, it's my relationship with God. That's what grounds me. So through that's my final authority. If like the world could be saying this about me, but if God says no, you're doing all right, then I don't really care about what anyone else says.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay, there's one question that
heavy.
this is the last heavy question, I promise.
Okay.
But this is one that I really want Edward to answer. How can I make my relationship centered around God when my partner does not believe in him? And I have a caveat: you are not allowed to say to break up with him and find someone who is a believer. Like, assuming this person wants to make this relationship work with this person, how?
Would you? Oh, that's tough. I mean, for me, I would never get in a relationship with someone. I said this already. It's a deal breaker. If you don't have a good relationship with God, you don't love God. Like if someone says to me, "I love you more than God," no. I always love God more than that person. Before I took offense to that, when my friends were saying that, like Edward, I always love God more than I care about my relationship with you. I gladly give up this friendship with you in order to take care of God. This is with one of my friends in church, and when I was talking to him, like, bro, what do you mean? Like, I don't love my friend like that. But when you're saying like, I'd rather hang out with God than hang out with you, I was like, that doesn't make sense. When I got closer to God, it makes sense. Because he can love us more than any human or the whole world is capable of. Literally, he sent his son to die for us. So if like how you can make your relationship centered around God when your partner doesn't believe in him, how can that be centered around God then?
Picture it as picture it as me and that person we all know that we're talking about.
Okay, yeah, but how can you make it centered around God if he doesn't believe it around God?
So how does this person continue with this?
Okay, let me think about it like this. Think about a triangle. Because there are 3 points.
Is your answer that you cannot and you have to break up with this person? So
no, let me explain. I can't give.
This is so deep.
I'm not going to answer the question. What I can do is present facts and then let you guys decide and let you decide. Think of a triangle. There are 3 points: the top, the left, and the right. So it's like that. So it's a triangle, right? So you're here. He's here. God is at the top. What happens if one side doesn't have, like, you don't have a line, it just falls flat, right? So how can you build something or you have a relationship centered around God when he's not at the center? He's only in your center. He's only on your side. Like when you go to church, he's going to be thinking, oh, it's a chore. When you go to church, when you're like, okay, for me personally, I believe in this. I want to wait until marriage until I have sex. I'm saying it for everyone. What if he doesn't have the same value as you? He's going to be like, man, I want to, you know. So like when he doesn't have the same values as you, when he doesn't love God, God's changed me a lot in my heart ever since I started walking with him. And the reason when I look back, I don't want anything to do with how I was then. So why would I want someone who's acting like I did then? How can you have a relationship centered around God if that person doesn't believe in God? So my answer is not to break up with him. For me personally, I would never get into a relationship with someone who doesn't believe in God or doesn't love him. Believing and loving is something else. But I guess what the answer you're looking for is, well, you can convert him. You can not convert him, but you can help him find,
Edward and I are different about this because I already fell in love with someone who wasn't like, I've never been with a Christian person because I grew up in Europe and
it's not that. Hindi uso yan.
It's not that. Maybe I was looking in the wrong places. I don't know. It's just like not as common as here. And I don't know. Like I personally, I don't know. Like I don't think that if I were in love with somebody and it was going great, then I would break up with them for that purpose. Obviously, if they were atheist and like completely non-believer and wouldn't give it a shot, then sorry. Like that's not gonna work. But I don't know.
It's hard. It's a
hard question.
But I hope what I said made some sense.
Yeah, it was a good answer. Yeah. Okay, we're on to the final question, and this final question is, what kind of guy do you want for me, Laura? For me.
I can phrase it really simply. I want a leader.
Aww.
I want a leader for my sister. You can talk about, when you think about a strong guy, what do you picture, Laura? Strong guy. Strong. What do you? That word.
6 foot abs.
Big muscles, right? But let me tell you, some of the strongest men I've ever met, my dad included, are the people who don't necessarily look strong, but they're willing to do anything to protect, to lead, to be the first one outside the door if there's an emergency, leading the way, making sure that the way is safe for the family.
My dad's always like that. He's always like, when there's a problem, he's not one to try and
get out of it.
No, yeah, his first instinct is, what can I do to fix it?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I ran out of contact lenses, and then it's like, oh, well, can you get it from here? It's like, no, I can't get it from here. Can you do this? No. He's always like looking for a solution. Like, whereas like the two of us are always like, no, that's not going to work. And he's just like, well, I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to sort it out. I can ship it to you. Like, I'll just fix it.
So for Laura, it's simple as that. A leader. And again, I don't want to make it too spiritual, but God calls us, especially the men, to do for their wives, for the women, what God did for the church. And what did God do? What did Jesus do for the church? He died for it. So if it calls for it, I want a man for my sister who would die for her. I want to be that man to my future wife or my future girlfriend. If the situation calls for it, I'm not saying like, oh no groceries, let me die for you. No, I mean like if you're in a life and death situation.
Yeah, of course.
There's this story that breaks my heart, and there's actually a song written about this. It was they were like doing relief, like disaster relief or charity or something like that, and parang the wife got swept away in a wave.
Oh shoot, is this depressing?
No, it's sad. She got swept away in the wave. The husband was safe. He jumped in, saved his wife, but then he got swept away from the wave. So the girl ended up surviving. The guy passed away. He drowned. So the question is, that's heartbreaking. I don't want to mean to move on from that so quickly, but that's the type of man that I want from you. That's the type of man I aspire to be as well.
Yeah.
Like your job as a man is to be a leader and a protector and to do everything that you can for your family. And no one's perfect. There's never like No one has ever been perfect.
Yeah, that's true. That's important.
Everyone always make mistakes. There's never going to be a perfect dude or a perfect father. Everyone always does the best that they can, mother or father. But again, you asked me the question, what guy do you want? And that's really it, a leader. And I think that's a vital point for every woman that they need to ask themselves, is the person that I'm in a relationship going to lead me? If I'm down and I can't go on anymore, is he going to be there and say, hey, let me take care of it?
There's one thing that one of my friends told me which really stuck by me, and it was, that there's this phrase when you get married, it's like, do you surrender to your husband or whatever, submit to your husband. And now with all of this feminism and stuff, it's almost done.
Okay.
With all of feminism, it's like I don't want to submit. I shouldn't bow down to my husband, like I am equal, but it's not about that. It's not about not being equal. It's about trusting that person enough to make the right decisions for you, to put your happiness first and to prioritize you, so that whatever he says, without thinking that he knows what's best for you.
Yeah.
And so, I don't mind a guy like that. If there are any takers out there,
One last thing. When I say leader, to be a leader means to serve your wife, to serve your nation, to serve your coworkers. When you're a boss or a CEO or a leader or whatever it may be, your job is to serve the people under you, not to be served. So a lot of people might be thinking what I'm thinking now when I say
I kind of know what you're.
So all I'm saying, and I'm calling out for this in the most clean way I can, take care of yourselves, take care of your surroundings, be leaders in your own bubbles, in your own groups, in your own neighborhoods, in your own families. And if you're crossed by another leader, speak out about it, because there are many other leaders that stand up with you. So be vigilant, be careful, and speak up. Social media is there for more reasons than just tweeting about running out of toilet paper.
And with that note, we would like to end today's show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know we were a bit longer than normal, but hopefully you guys are still here with us. Thank you guys again for joining us and for celebrating my birthday with me. Happy birthday. Bye, you guys, and see you again next week. Oh, I did the grandpa wave. Grandpa waves like this. But bye, you guys, and see you again.
Bye.
Bye.